Welcome back to Nationwide Arena, and welcome back to this guy.
It's great to be back.
Yeah. I'm going to start out with a phrase from the Pittsburgh Penguins' legendary play-by-play announcer, Mike Lang. Shame on you for 6 weeks if you missed this one. I mean, this was really one of the better games in Nationwide Arena this year. Blue Jackets find a way to beat the Penguins 2-1. Penguins were supposed to be tired. They did not. They were terrific themselves. Brandon Dubinsky, who made a big mistake at the end of the game in Pittsburgh, cost his team a penalty, which the Penguins scores the winner tonight with just a beautiful goal.
Right, and you know he immediately invoked the hockey gods, which every player does. Yes. But it was a great goal. He jokingly said he blacked out before he shot it. You know, I think we've seen it throughout the season. Seth Jones a couple of times where overtime is, I think maybe we're too hard on guys when things go awry in overtime because it's so unforgiving. But each time where something like this happens, it seems like really quickly, or even the next overtime, it's that guy who gets the redemption. And good on Dubinsky tonight. He had a hell of a game.
Yeah,
he loves these games. He led them in hits. He had 6 hits. He had played over 20 minutes. He has centered their best line for a couple weeks now, at least. Won 12 of 18 faceoffs. He was just all over the ice. He relishes these opportunities. It was a really nice. I think too many people in too many games during the regular season say this was like a playoff atmosphere, but it felt like that walking into the building with the warm weather today. It just had that sort of intensity. The crowd was great. Dubinsky is a playoff type player, and this felt like a playoff type game.
And I'm going to be honest. As overtime started, I'm like, sometimes I don't like Dubinsky in overtime. And I mean, I literally said that maybe 15 seconds before he comes up ice, toe drags around Trevor Daley, and goes top shelf for the winner. So, again, he's been playing great.
Stop coaching, Tom.
Yes, thanks, Torth.
Yes.
But really, had they lost this game, I would say the same thing. I thought this was one of the most enjoyable games of the season. And we talk about this all the time, Aaron. If this was your first game, if it's the first game you've ever come to,
you're begging your mom and dad for season tickets. Let's go to every game. Let's cash out the savings. We have to be there. I can't miss these games. We've said it, and just, to be fair, we have said it many years. My God, look how awful this game was here. How lifeless the crowd was. If this was your first hockey game, you're thinking, what is the big deal? I'm never coming back. To be fair, this is the complete other direction. This is one of those games where it's like nothing else, and you feel like you've got to be a part of it. I don't remember an atmosphere like this for a long time in Columbus outside of the playoffs, but it's good to feel.
You probably could have said that about the other part of it about 2 weeks ago against New Jersey.
Absolutely. Or even Vancouver.
Right.
Yeah.
Second largest crowd, regular season crowd to see the game, 19,188. Great atmosphere. Fourth largest crowd ever when you include the playoffs. Right. A lot of Penguin fans here. I don't know what the percentage was. Terrific back and forth. I think they held Crosby pointless tonight. Am I correct on that?
That's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
But he was.
He only has 1,001.
Yeah.
Who needs another?
No, 1,002 maybe. But I thought all the stars played well. I mean, Crosby was up the ice all night. It seemed like he was on every 2-on-1. Seemed to either vote him or Malcolm.
Right.
You know, just all through the lineup, I thought the Blue Jackets had a lot of good performance. Oliver Borkstrand again didn't score, but had a goal kind of taken away on a marginal. It was a delayed call. The referees blew the whistle when Nick Bedino touched the puck. It was one of those ones. You see it go both ways.
Yeah, that's a dicey call. I think it should have been a goal.
Yeah.
Tortorella said as much in a very reasoned way. I don't think he was. He tends to be pretty logical about these things. I thought it should have been a goal. All of the guys that you expect to play well played well. I thought Bjorkstrand looked as confident and as engaged and as offensively dangerous as he has ever looked at the NHL level. Good for him. And Tortorella hinted at this after the game tonight, where he maybe was resigned to Bjorkstrand not being a part of this year. Even when he came up right now with an injury to Hartnell. And then he sort of hinted tonight, maybe he's pushed the door open a little bit. If they get a performance like that repeatedly from him, or even infrequently from him, that's a real boost for them because he looked like a player.
I would be very surprised if he's not in the lineup at least one more game Sunday, even if Hartnell is here. I thought another kind of surprise group that played well tonight was Ryan Murray and Marcus Nudavara.
Right.
We talked about the Dubinsky goal, but Ryan Murray gets a puck kind of off of a scramble, loose puck in the slot. A lot of times you'd expect a guy like a low-scoring guy like that to immediately put it right back into the pig pile. He calmly skates around, scores a goal on the backhand.
Right.
I thought Nudavara was up the ice a lot tonight.
Yep.
I thought he had a couple of turnovers early, really settled down. Probably one of that pairing's best games, maybe of the season, and certainly of recent weeks.
Yeah, and Tortorella joked about Jack Johnson that he played forward tonight.
Yeah.
Because he was up the ice so much. I think the defensemen, on the whole, were really engaged. I thought Seth Jones was really, really good tonight. I think Werenski's getting his juice back too. I just think overall, and I've not seen, I've read detailed accounts from Tom Reed, it feels like this team is starting to get it back together again.
I thought it started with the Ranger game, and even though they lost, I remember writing this that night, that this game, that game against the Rangers, looked like the Blue Jackets. You just looked, that performance reminded you a little bit of some games earlier in the year against Toronto without a question.
Right.
They played, probably 52 good minutes of that game. And tonight, I just thought it was a complete game all around. You never sense, the Penguins are just completely dominating. And this is the first game of the three where the Penguins have had all their big guys, all their big guns were in the game. And again, a terrific game by both teams. I thought, Pittsburgh playing third game in 4 nights, missing a couple defensemen. They played well, and the Blue Jackets played really well. And we're running out of time tonight. So we will see you guys back here on Sunday when the Blue Jackets now do we know that Ryan Johansson, will he be in the lineup?
One assumes.
Okay. Is this first trip for him in here? In this building? See, I'm trying to help you. You're coming back on vacation.
Right. Don't be ruining leads now.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you Sunday. Keep it tuned on dispatch.com.